Chapter 1 of I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist is entitled, Can We Handle the Truth? Turek and Geisler open the chapter recounting a famous scene from the 1992 movie A Few Good Men, starring Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise. In a famous scene, Cruise says, "I want the truth," and Nicholson responds, "You can't handle the truth." Likewise, in 21st century America, many of us can't handle the truth. On the other hand, for example, we demand the truth from people like our spouses or our children. We demand truth from doctors that we entrust with our medical care. We demand truth from those with whom we entrust our finances. We demand the truth from our criminal justice system, and we trust that they'll punish the guilty and acquit the innocent. We demand the truth from our employers so they pay us an honest wage. We expect the sources from which we obtain information that informs how we live our lives to provide truthful information. We expect to be given the truth in almost every fact of life that affects our money, relationships, safety, or health. And yet, despite our bold demands for truth in the aforementioned areas, many of us will not be interested in the truth when it comes to morality or religion. So we will want truth in all these secular spheres of knowledge, but we will not be interested in the truth when it comes to morality or religion. Many people live life as though it matters not. Questions about an afterlife. They live as though that this life is all that there is. In fact, many downright reject the idea that any religion can be true because they don't want to be able, because they want to be able to live their best life now. They want to be able to live for the moment and not take into account how living for the moment might affect their eternity. But do you notice the contradiction? Why do we demand truth in everything except morality and religion? Why is morality and religion suddenly less important than everything else? Why does "that's true for you, but not for me" work with managing our money or our health, but not for morality and religion? Although few people would admit it, when someone rejects religious and moral truth, it's usually due to volitional rather than intellectual grounds. It is this way because we do not want to be held accountable to any moral standards or religious doctrine. Instead, these same people readily, blindly accept self-defeating truth claims of those who tell us that everything is relative, that there are no absolutes, that it is all a matter of opinion, that nobody should judge anybody else, that religion is purely about faith and not about objective facts. Perhaps St. Augustine, the great church father, was right when he said that we love the truth when it enlightens us, but we hate it when it convicts us. Maybe, despite what we say, we really can't handle the truth. What is truth? Let's look at the truth about truth. Truth is telling it like it is. Truth is also describing an actual state of affairs. Despite the claims of many, truth is absolute. Truth is not relative. Truth is absolute. Truth is not relative. Truth is absolute. Truth is not relative. If something is true, it is true for all people at all times and all places. All truth claims are absolute, narrow, and exclusive. If someone says everything is true, that is a narrow and exclusive claim. The statement everything is true excludes its opposite. It claims that everything is not true is wrong. To say that everything is true is also to say that everything is not true is wrong. It can't be true. All truths exclude their opposites, even religious truths. Humanist truth claims are just as narrow as non-humanist truth claims. For if humanism is true, then anything opposed to humanism is true. Likewise, if Christianity is true, then anything opposed to Christianity is false. Truth is discovered, not invented. The definition of truth can't always be changing. I run into this frequently when I discourse with people who are of a materialistic worldview. Their definition of truth, when I hear them speak, their definition of truth regularly changes, consistently changes, because it's their source for truth is based on a shaky foundation that is always changing, a soft soil foundation as opposed to the rock of the word, which doesn't change. Truth is discovered, not invented. Truth exists independent of anyone's knowledge of it. For example, gravity existed before Newton discovered gravity. Truth is transcultural. If something is true, it's true for all people in all places at all times. Gravity is just as much true in 21st century America as it was in 1st century Palestine. Gravity is just as true in both places at both times. For those people who lived in 1st century Palestine, just as much as it is for people who live in 21st century America, like me. For example, 2 plus 2 is 4 for people in 1st century Palestine, as much as 2 plus 2 is 4 is true for people like me in 21st century America. 2 plus 2 is 4 is an objective truth for all people in all places at all times. Truth is unchanging even though our beliefs about truth change. For example, when we began to believe the earth was round instead of flat, the truth about earth didn't change, only our belief about earth changed. Earth didn't change from being flat into being round. It's always been round and didn't change from flat into round. Beliefs can't change a fact, no matter how sincerely one holds beliefs. For example, someone can sincerely believe that the world is flat, but that only makes that person sincerely mistaken. Truth is not affected by the attitude of the one professing it. For example, an arrogant person does not make the truth that he professes false just because he is arrogant. His arrogance doesn't change the truth that he supports into a falsity. If it's true, no matter the demeanor of the person professing it. In addition, a humble person does not make the error he professes true. You can be sincere, and you can be humble, and you can be genuine, and you can be kind, and you can be mistaken. Your attitude, the attitude with which you convey something, does not make that you convey more or less true. All truths are absolute truths. Even truths that appear to be relative are really absolute. For example, I, Andy Bayshore, feel warm on September 17th, 2022 may appear to be a relative truth, but it's actually absolutely true for everyone everywhere that I, Andy Bayshore, had the sensation of warmth on that day. In short, contrary beliefs are possible, but contrary truths are not possible. Contrary beliefs are possible, but contrary truths are not possible. We can believe everything is true, but we cannot make everything true. But how do we deal with the modern assertion that there is no truth? We deal with it by employing what Turek and Geisler call the roadrunner tactic.